Welcome to the Jump Ball University. Professor Mo here teaching Basketball 101. And today's lessons, the court dimension, the paint, the post, the elbow, and three-pointers. So, let's get started. Starting with the basic dimensions of the basketball court, it's 94 feet long and 50 feet across. Now let's talk about the paint. It's a spot on the court that most NBA teams paint in their colors, and so that it's easy to identify. Its dimensions are 18 feet 10 inches by 16 feet across. And this is where a lot of tough buckets are scored. League average this past season was 43.2 points a night in the NBA, which roughly came out to about 40% of the points scored this season. As we watch Anthony Davis battle other bigs, get loose balls in the paint, and score buckets for the New Orleans Pelicans. The next spot on the court we're going to talk about is the low post, also known as the block, the post, and the low block. This is where a lot of big men go to work, but it's not just big men now. It's also big wing players and guards. Here's an example of DeMarcus Cousins in the post, overpowering his defender and dunking all over him. And then we have Kawhi Leonard of the San Antonio Spurs posting up a smaller guard and using his strength to overpower him and get into the paint and scoring a bucket. Russell Westbrook also uses his size advantage to take smaller guards into the post for an easy bucket. Now let's move from the low post to the high post, also the elbows and the pinch post. Many teams try to get the ball into these spots on the court because it opens up the court completely. It creates a lot of passing angles because you're so close to the basket and you're always able to find teammates for easy buckets, like Jusuf Nurkic here of the Portland Trail Blazers finds CJ McCollum on a backdoor cut. Then the Cavs run a similar action with LeBron James at the elbow area, and he creates a perfect pass for Kevin Love to get an easy dunk. Here's an example of the Denver Nuggets elbow action. Nikola Jokic finds Danilo Gallinari on a back cut, and he gets an easy layup. Now let's talk about the NBA three-point line, which wasn't put into the league until the 80-81 season and was seen largely as a gimmick. On average, there were 2 3-point attempts in a game during that time, but it has grown exponentially and has become super important now, and now we see 27 attempts per game, according to the stats from last season. The Golden State Warriors employ several long-range shooters like Steph Curry, who's one of the best in the game. The Houston Rockets, who average 40 3-point attempts a game, have James Harden. And the Dallas Mavericks have Dirk Nowitzki, who for years has been changing the way big men shoot the ball since he came into the league. In this example here, Damian Lillard's going to step up and shoot a three at the top of the arc, which is at its highest point, 23.9 feet away from the basket. Compare that to this play. Klay Thompson's shooting a corner three, which is only 22 feet away from the basket, making it the shortest point on the three-point line. Teams place a higher value on this shot because league average is 38.8% from the corners versus the 35% anywhere else on the three-point line. Well, that's it for today's session. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Be sure to check us out at thejumpball.net, and I'll see you next time.